Recently people have talked to me about doing something or how to take care of the call, so I thought I'd try to make a little video. It'll show you how you can take care of a call that will make it last longer and also make it perform better. And the main thing is if you're hunting with it in high humidity, you need to keep the chalk off the call as much as possible. So if you hunt in a high humidity time, you have to keep the chalk off because it'll take up moisture. So take your piece of paper towel and just wipe all your chalk off. And then let it stay like that until the next morning when you're going to go hunting again. And then you can chalk it again if it needs it. A lot of times you can just call with the call the next morning, and you'll find after you have wiped the chalk off, it calls without putting chalk back on it. And as long as it'll call without chalk on it, there's no reason to put any chalk on it. But your chalk is going to absorb moisture. And don't put a whole lot of chalk on it. Really, the only place that you need chalk is where this little lip right here rubs on your top. Now, most people put it on the top. They'll just take it and rub it on the top like so. And by doing this, you make sure you got it in the right place. And it's kind of hard to chalk it up only where the lips are on the calls. So that's what you need to do whenever you're hunting in a high humidity time. Special care of your call if you ever get it wet. And it's not going to hurt anything to get it wet. The call will still work after it dries out. And you got to put it up to let it dry out. Take your call and set the lid back off to the side like so, and leave the inside open. And the calls that I make, all of the wood is sealed except inside this chamber right here. So just set your lid back and open it up like that and put it on top of your refrigerator, put it in your bookcase, and let it set till it dries out. You can actually put a fan on it. Put a fan on, let the fan blow on it. That'll kind of speed it up. After it dries out, take your hand and feel of your top. Feel of the lip on the call. Because water will draw wood. It'll pull the little naps of the wood up and make it rough. So get you a piece of 300 grit sandpaper, 220 grit sandpaper, and don't sand rough. Just go real smooth. You want to just make sure you always sand with the grain. Don't sand across the grain. Sand with the grain, and it won't take a whole lot, and it'll smooth back out. Sand your top on the inside where it rubs, and just sand the lips of the call where it rubs. Do both lips. And don't put a whole lot of pressure on it at all. And if you notice when I sanded that, it's got a little bit of, you can see where I sanded, it's a little bit of dust that's still collected on the piece of sandpaper. And call on it. Once you get that call on it, make sure, and if it calls without putting chalk on it, don't put any chalk on it. At the end of the season, when you're getting ready to go quit hunting, I know you're just in a hurry and you want to throw everything in the closet and take off. But you paid $100 or more for this instrument right here to call turkeys with. And if you take care of it, it'll last you a lifetime. And you can give it to your grandkids. I've got a call that I hunt with that I made in '93. And right now it calls just as good or probably better than it did when I made it to start with. So when your season ends, prepare your call to spend the most time, at home. It's ready to stay at home. And your wife can take and set it up on a mantle or set it on a bookcase or something. Use it as a conversation piece.
A piece of art.
And but anyway, do that and fix the call and take care of it. You're going to have chalk on it. You're going to have dust on it. You're going to have dirt on it. You're going to have fingerprints on it. If you did, you used it during the hunting season. So you need to clean all that up. And don't use anything but just use paper towels. They're rough enough. Rub everything, clean them off real good. Rub your lips to your call, get them all cleaned off. If it's got any mud and all that, take your wet rag. Wipe it off with a wet rag. They're going to hurt it. wipe it off, and set it up, let it dry good, and leave it sitting in the open so that the wood of it can breathe, and it'll change more humidity. That will change the moisture of it. The moisture will change, and it'll get more moisture in it. It'll get less moisture in it. The same thing as picture frames and furniture and everything else in your house. So it'll take care of itself if you'll just give it a chance to. All right, sometimes you might have something happen to your cowl that you're not capable of taking care of. That is, like if you get mosquito repellent on it, if you get oil on it, and you can tell if you do. Because if you get oil on this top, it's not going to work. If you get oil on these lips on your cowl, it's not going to work. And a lot of times where you get oil and stuff on the lips of your cowl is where you put your fingers. A lot of people put their fingers up here where you're going to cowl. Don't do that. Put your finger back here on the back. Because your hand has oil in it. And it's going to get oil in this lip. And when you get oil there, then it's not going to cowl. It's just going to slide over it without making a yup at all. So what you need to do in that case, give me a call. And call me, and I'll tell you some things that you can try before you send it back. Other than that, you can send it back to me, and by doing that, I can fix the call one way or the other. I'll have to either repair the call, but I can take the oil out of it. And that's what you've got to get rid of, the oil. Or you got to get rid of it. And that's what's in your mosquito repellent anyway, is oils and stuff like that that's in there. If you get a crack in your lid or something like that and it doesn't work right, let me know. If you give me a call, a lot of times we can work around and get it back to calling like it was to start with. About the finish on your call, what I put on the side of your calls, here, is crystal clear acrylic, and it will lose its sheen. It still seals the wood. It doesn't change that, but it will not shine like it does when you get it. Don't worry about it. If you want it to look like brand new again, I said send it back to me. I'll refinish it for you. Some people buy them that have the artwork on it. If the artwork starts coming off, call me, send it back. We can save your top. But if you wait until it peels off, then I got to paint you another towel, and that's what I had to pay the artist to do. And any of your finish on your call, if it starts coming off, I write on the bottom of the calls. If the finish starts coming off of there where it's messing up, call me. We can fix it, and we'll keep it from losing its appearance. Just give me a call, and I'll be glad to work on it. And I hope this helps. I know it's not a very long video, but it's not a very hard thing to take care of. I hope this helps you take care of your call. If you have some question that you don't quite understand what I'm talking about doing, give me a call.